Today's video is sponsored by HelloFresh. Okay, so I guess I've waited too long to do another TikTok test. You guys have been flooding my DMs and comments for me to do some more, and today I got you. We're gonna be trying out this Corona Sunrise cocktail, this weird ramen hot dog frittata thing, the flaming hot Cheetos Mac and Cheese, and then hopefully for a delicious dessert, Matthew's Better Lofthouse sugar cookies. Place your bets now if you don't think I'll be able to get through this video without retching once again, but let's get right into this one. Although you guys do send me hundreds, if not thousands, of TikToks to recreate, I have to filter through them and try to pick good variations, stuff that a lot of people might have seen. So I do apologize if I haven't yet gotten to your suggestion, but before I can get into anything today, I wanted to give a huge shout out to my friends over at HelloFresh. Get mouth-watering seasonal recipes and fresh, pre-measured ingredients delivered right to your door with HelloFresh. As America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh makes cooking at home fun, easy, and affordable. No matter what's going on in the world, everybody's gotta eat, and that's why HelloFresh is here to make eating better easier. As you will see today, HelloFresh offers so many different recipes each week to help you break out of your recipe rut. HelloFresh cuts out stressful meal planning and prepping so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes. I love that the packaging is almost entirely made from recyclable or already recycled content. I love that you can easily change your delivery days or food preferences, or just skip a week whenever you need to. And HelloFresh donated over 4 million meals in 2020 and is continuing to step up their donations amid the pandemic. And you guys know how many ingredients and recipes I've gone through, and I can say that this is some of the most fresh and delicious stuff I have ever received. So click the link in the top line of the description and go to HelloFresh.com, use promo code DavidSeymour12, and you will get 12 free meals plus free shipping. And thanks so much to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. As for our TikToks, I wanted to start with the Corona Sunrise so I can have a nice little cocktail on deck for the crap I might have to deal with later. I grabbed some orange juice and grenadine, a 12-ounce Corona beer, some tequila, and a fresh lime. If you follow me over on Instagram and are a night owl like myself, you might have caught a story or two of alcohol and me getting along. I love most beers. I do enjoy most clear liquors, vodka, tequila, rum. I do realize that the rule of thumb is to not mix alcohols in the same night if you don't want to wake up with a bad time in the morning. So this is pretty funny to just be dumping them in the same bottle. It's a really pretty color though, and it smells pretty delicious, so let's give it a shot. Preparing this actually took me right back to when I worked in like a bar restaurant, and over the summer I'd make hundreds of tequila sunrises. If I wasn't helping with drinks, I was either lugging ice or carrying out huge bags of garbage, so kind of mixed memories with this smell. Oh, yum. So this is delicious. Incredibly dangerous, I assume, because you would not know that there was liquor in here as well. I could see myself just lounging out on a beach with this thing, kicked back. Cheers, everybody. This was a really great start. I highly recommend it if you've got everything on hand, but I think I'm gonna save mine, knowing what's coming up next. For the appetizer course, the weird ramen frittata hot dog thing, you're gonna need 2 discs of dried ramen noodles and hot dogs, some oil, a couple of eggs, and some fresh scallions. Now, I fully understand that this one is just a victim of poor timing, but what is with the hot dogs recently? If you haven't seen the cream cheese hot dog potato salad abomination I made a few videos ago, I recommend you go watch it. But these are the leftovers from that video, so at least they're finding a use. I've done a lot of weird stuff here on the channel and otherwise for experiment's sake, but blender hot dogs have to be up there with the best of them. This TikTok though is one of the ones you guys have sent me the most, and watching through it, I wasn't actually that disgusted. Besides the hot dogs, this looks like a really tasty, like, ramen frittata type thing. I don't remember where, but I've seen something like this made with white rice instead of the ramen and a bunch of vegetables, scallions, carrots, leeks, red onions, like whatever you got kind of thing. But once you've got all your ingredients mixed up, you want to throw it in a nonstick pan with some oil and let it cook. I don't know how long or over what heat. The video doesn't say, so I went for a medium heat. I think I went for about 6 to 8 minutes on the first side and then a couple of minutes on the second side. And it looked cooked all the way through. The egg was getting nicely golden. I don't know how cooked the noodles on the inside of this are going to be, but it smells pretty good and it doesn't look too bad, so let's give it a shot. If nothing else, it's pretty symmetrical and like satisfying to look at. I don't know. This almost kind of tastes like it was baked, or as if there was some kind of liquid batter poured into it and then cooked, because it's super dry. It's got that really, almost like a firm biscuit or like a dry flatbread. It's really bizarre. It doesn't taste bad. You can barely taste the hot dog, and I assume it's like a sodium bomb with both of those packets in there, so watch your heart. But if you found a way to make it less dry, or if you even like put some kind of sauce over the top, either like a mayo-based sauce, some sriracha maybe, it'd be fine. I mean, weird, but fine. I don't really have much else to say about that, so on to the next. For the entree, we've got the infamous Flaming Hot Cheeto Mac and Cheese. You will need some hot Cheetos and macaroni and cheese, and also lime Flaming Cheetos. If you haven't seen this video, it's very bizarre. There's very much Banana Loves You Too vibes, if you know who that is. It just makes me think, like, videos like this have to be a joke, right? Like, the creator is in on it, all the viewers are in, like, haha, we can laugh, this is just a joke. Either that, or this poor woman is being held hostage, because look at the pain behind her eyes. I do not believe for 1 second she thought this was good. But if you haven't seen the video, you have to boil and drain your pasta in one pan. You've got to steep your hot Cheetos and your lime hot Cheetos in the second pan. Let them dissolve until it looks like you've got a sick, demented, bubbling candy syrup. This is already making my damn flesh crawl. Look at the oil pooling on top of this mess. But you've got to mix the cheese powder into your Cheeto mess and then combine it with the pasta. This whole month has just been David's hell month, from the Spam, the ketchup and mustard cake, that hot dog salad, and now this disaster. I can always count on you guys for finding just the best recipes on the internet. I do not want to eat this. This is not good. It's just barely edible. The taste is obviously not that bad. It's mac and cheese and Cheetos. It's the texture that is repulsive. A lot of the Cheetos didn't dissolve fully, so you get a lot of pieces that are like this. They're just little blobs of like mush. It actually doesn't taste bad because it doesn't taste like much of anything. There's so much water that diluted the cheese packet and the Cheetos. It's a very faint flavor. There's got to be a way to do this right, and I'm sure people have. I'm sure it's out there already. Maybe one day I'll come back and try to like make something edible, but today's not the day. Last today, but certainly not least, is the homie Matthew in the kitchen with his homemade Better Lofthouse cookies. You will need some AP flour and cornstarch, sour cream and whole milk, granulated sugar, powdered sugar, some rainbow sprinkles and salted butter, baking powder and baking soda, as well as an egg, cream of tartar, and some good quality vanilla. If you aren't from the US or you're just unfamiliar, a Lofthouse cookie is just one brand of store-bought sugar cookies. Those unnaturally soft and like sandy, crumbly cookies that are super sweet. I'm not about to sit here and say they're super high quality, but I kind of weirdly like them. Probably because they're so nostalgic, since my mom always bought them for me, but in little pieces, like a half a cookie at a time, they're not terrible, I don't think. Matthew originally came up with this recipe and posted this video because of his dislike for the store-bought version. He mentioned that he thinks they're gross and sandy, and the amount of like hate and name calling in his comments because of that was kind of funny, but also a little sad. So it's a good thing I can't relate to being sent borderline death threats for saying that you didn't like a cheap food item. I whipped together my cookie dough in the stand mixer and let them chill for about an hour to firm up a little bit. and then they're gonna get baked at 375 for 11 minutes, and while they're baking and cooling, I'm gonna whip up my pink frosting. It is always difficult reproducing a super highly manufactured food item like this, just because there's so many weird stabilizers and ingredients to prolong shelf life. Like, you'll never really get the same exact taste or texture, but like Matthew said, do you even really want it? But once my cookies were completely cooled down on my wire rack, I gave them a nice even coating with my frosting and then finished them off with the rainbow sprinkles. It's been a pretty long day and we've been through the ringer, so I think we've earned a nice sweet. I give up. I haven't had one of these cookies in a long time, the store-bought version, so I probably should have bought some to be able to compare to. The color scheme is on point though, from the sprinkles, the frosting, the paleness around the edges. This is delicious. I love sugar cookies, and this one is especially light. Perfect amount of sweetness. It still has the most faint amount of like crumbly interior texture, like the store-bought ones, so that's kind of cool. But the texture of these are obviously 10 times better. It could use some salt in the dough, that'll amp up all the other flavors as well. I use salted butter, but it could use even more than that. Other than that, these are delicious and a perfect way to end today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave me a big old like. Thank you to HelloFresh for making this one possible. There is a slight chance I might not be able to get a video next Friday. So if that happens, don't panic, nothing's wrong. But we'll see. I'll try to get one out for you either way. Follow me over on Twitter and Instagram if you do not already. And other than that, have a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you right back here next time. Peace.
With the M without the AD. Flipping burgers and my money super lazy. Try and make a meal tonight, they ain't paying me. Try and supersize my life with my 18. Yeah, our style wasn't wavy, but we had a vision.